Today is Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. Another baseline green day for me. Still trading the sim again. Um, just waiting on that offshore account to get set up. This is getting kind of frustrating for me. It seems like it's been long enough in the processing aspect of all of this. But be that as it may, still trading the sim. Baseline green day again. A little bit slower of a morning for me, especially compared to yesterday. Yesterday I took like 90 something trades. Today I took 38, and I only stayed about 15 or 20 minutes past the opening bell. There just wasn't a lot that I liked, and the stuff that was popping up in my happy place was just full circle um, up and downs. Nothing really sustained well. The best thing that moved this afternoon was on a higher float after the market opened on a more expensive stock, but I was able to trade it successfully and pretty cleanly. So that being said, just another baseline green day, nothing too fancy. I did have a really nice winner today. My best winner was a 71-cent winner, which was just, I caught a nice frontline move and I held it for an appropriate exit indicator. I usually get out at certain price action points, and this time it was moving enough that I just held for a good exit indicator, and it turned out to be a $half mark, which is kind of what I shoot for anyway. But I was hoping to hit the whole dollar. Where was it at? I got in it stock at 780, expecting it to break through $8, maybe hit like the 810, 815 range, and it shot all the way to 850. So I held through the $8 mark and waited, and it ended up hitting the 850 mark. So that was really cool. On my losers, I did nice on my losers. I had 11 losers. I kept them at an average of 8 cents, with my biggest loser being 13 cents. My average winner was 22 cents. So when you combine I had a 71% accuracy today with the averages being minus 8 cents versus 22 cents, it makes for a nice baseline green day. I hit $5.06 worth of profit ratio. It's not my best work. I mean, I talked about yesterday. I took 90 something trades yesterday, and I think I left the day with like $13 worth of profit ratio yesterday. A little bit better action for me. Today was one of my slower days, and I was still able to snipe $5 for the market. So can't complain about that. I'm getting really comfortable with my strategy here. I'm really finding a nice zone where I'm able to feel confident in making entries and exits, and hitting nice accuracy levels and keeping the bad trades small. So I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm hoping I can get my CMEG account going one of these days. I'm literally just waiting for them to approve it. So I don't know how long it takes for them to process it. It's been today, I think, is day 6 of them having all of my info. So kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. Not the biggest deal in the world, but I would like to be actually trading instead of just continuing to practice. Not that I don't need the practice, but I feel like at this point, I've done a lot of practice, and I need to put it into action. So I'm ready for that. Kind of frustrating that my hands are tied at this point, but life goes on, and I still had another nice Tuesday. That's another green day for me, and we'll hope for a strong Wednesday. All right. This is the ticker CMPS 1-minute chart, and this is how I started my morning on Tuesday. Almost the polar opposite of yesterday. Yesterday I started off on fire, and it stayed that way for quite a nice morning. Today I started off 2 losers back to back, including my biggest loser on the day, which was my second trade. But I took a 6-cent loser, and then my biggest loser at 13 cents, right when I first sat down on the computers. This had made a really big squeeze from the $6 range all the way up, topped out at 8.36, and then we kind of settled in right around the 7.80s, $8. This was about the time that I started getting on the charts and sitting at the computer. This big squeeze had happened without me, I hadn't made it to the computer yet in the morning. This was it. This big green candle happened at 5:53. I usually get on around 55 or 56. So I missed out on that, and I was ready for it to pick back up and go from $8 to $10. Well, it didn't happen. I tried to get in for the break of 8 two different times, and both times it just failed on me. I think this was the candle where I took my 13-cent loser. I'm pretty sure I was profitable on this candle at one point. I didn't take the profit. As you can see, we kind of double topped here, the 830 range. Didn't take the profit because I thought, man, we were having a nice spike in volume. We're gonna climb to 850 for sure. So I was sitting on it instead of being nice and taking a base hit to start my morning. I got greedy, and then the candle turned red, and this thing just plummeted. The old shooting star candle here now. So that cost me there. I lost 13 cents. Nothing major. Obviously, I held too long. I should have taken my profit, but two of them back to back, and that's just not the best way to start a Tuesday morning. This is where I made my best trade of the morning on Tuesday. Ticker ABP 1 minute chart, and this thing ripped and roared and then just came full circle right back. It's even below where it started at this point. I made my profit on this gigantic green candle here. I made a 71-cent move. Although this candle goes from about 660 all the way up to 890, like $3.50 almost. I was able to pull 71 cents out of it, and it made my day a lot better. I got in for the break of $8. I got in at $7.80, and it squeezed all the way through $8 without even hesitating, all the way through $8.50. It topped out at $8.90, and then it shot back down. And as it was shooting back down, I made my exit. The way it was going, I thought maybe it busted through $8.50 so quickly. I thought maybe we'd bust through $9 as well, but it didn't. Topped out at $8.90. Then we came back down to reality. I made an exit at $8.51 for a 71-cent winner. That was an awesome trade. I just happened to catch it at the right time. The 10-second chart was kind of matching this as well, just kind of climbing unhesitated. So I got in for a break of that whole dollar, and I ended up staying for the next $0.50, and it worked out really well for me.